what's going on, everybody? Everybody looks bored. So everybody here has something they're passionate about, whether it's a hobby, a sport, career, something that drives them, that puts that fire in their belly to overcome anything. For me, it's being a doctor. I want to be a doctor, I want to help people. But in order to explain why I wanted to be a doctor, I have to tell you about a story I heard back in high school about the 4 types of people in this world, the 4 S's. First, there's those who struggle. They're sick, poor, homeless, mentally ill, disabled. They're the people that need the most help. Second type are those who survive. Survivors are always managing to get through everything just barely, whether it's they're having trouble paying the bills, putting food on the table, living paycheck to paycheck, struggling with their spouse. They're the normal, average Americans. Then there's those who succeed. Rich, famous, people that live in the super nice mansions, drive the nice cars. They're all over the TV, all over the media. They're what we're supposed to be, right? But I think what we should be are those who are significant. They're teachers, they're mothers, fathers, priests, doctors. I want to help people, I want to be significant. And who helps more people than a doctor? But in order to be a doctor, you have to be a strong communicator. And I talked to my personal neurologist to find out what specific communication skills I need, and he came up with 3. First, interpersonal communication. Obviously, you're going to be talking a lot with your patients, so doctor to patient, but you're also going to be talking patient to doctor. Second, doctor to staff. It could be doctor to doctor, it could be doctor to nurse. Everything has to be accurate and meticulously described so that there's no setbacks. Third is public speaking. Now, this isn't for all doctors, but for me personally, I want to go into the research field. So I may have to be in conferences where I will present my ideas and my findings. Now, I talked to my doctor, Dr. Omid Rabbani, about all the types of different communication we need. And when he talks about interpersonal communication, he said that you talk to your patients the most throughout the day. So that's where the majority of your communication comes from. But not only is it patient to doctor, but it's doctor to patient. But patient to doctor, the doctor needs to be able to extract the important information from their patient. They need to know what kind of questions to ask. Then they need to be able to interpret those answers and find a solution. But to me, not only is finding information extremely important, but you have to be empathetic and encouraging to your patient. You need to be compassionate to the emotional side of rehabilitation. Now, me personally, I have a story where, not to get too personal, but I was in a car accident, a really bad one, 2 years ago. Hit my head pretty good, and haven't been the same since. Turns out that if you have 15 concussions over the course of hockey and football and mixed martial arts, it's not so good for you. And I was diagnosed with a permanent traumatic brain injury. I went to 4 different specialist neurologists, all of whom wrote me off, said, forget about hockey, no more fighting, probably forget about being successful in school, definitely forget about becoming a doctor, it's going to be impossible. I even had, the very last one said verbatim, maybe it's time for you to become a greeter at Walmart. These are extremely damaging statements to be told to somebody who's already in pain, who already might feel hopeless. But I was lucky enough to meet Dr. Omid Rabbani, and he was encouraging and helped me and always pushed me through whatever obstacles I was in. He was always trying to make it so that I was better than I came in to see him. Now the second is doctor to doctor, or doctor to nurse, speaking with your staff. Information has to be delivered accurately so all parties involved know exactly what's going on. Like somebody previously said that you don't want any setbacks, so if you're explaining the wrong diagnosis, then you're obviously treating something that doesn't need to be treated. And that's why doctors speak this foreign language that most of us don't understand. It's also so that when new doctors work together, or new nurses who never worked with each other before, they can just jump right into it without being lost in translation. And then again, the third one, which isn't for all doctors, but it does for me because I want to go into the research side of medicine, is public speaking. You have to be comfortable, you have to be confident, you have to show the audience that you know what you're talking about. Now, usually you're in a group of other specialists in your field, so you can't kind of, excuse my language, bullshit your way through. You have to know what you're doing, but you have to deliver it in a way that captures their attention and keeps it, holds it, brings in new ideas, furthers the evolution of medicine. But just to summarize, in order to be a strong doctor, you have to have strong communication skills. You have to have strong interpersonal communication skills, which is doctor to doctor, doctor to patient to doctor, doctor to patient, excuse me. You have to have strong communication skills with your staff. You need to be able to communicate accurately and meticulously with your staff and other doctors in order to properly rehabilitate your patients. And then third is the public speaking, which you need to be comfortable with public speaking and confident in what you're saying if you do decide to go into the research field. But just to leave you off with something to think about, the quote that touched me the most back in high school that the man said was, "Don't strive for success, strive for significance, because success may last you your whole life, but significance has impact after you're gone." Thank you.